On this week's edition of Jag TV, we have all the latest update on the construction from this past semester. We also get an insight on this year's musical. This edition of Jag TV starts now.
Broadcasting from the Jaguar studio in the heart of Blue Springs South High School. This is award-winning Jag TV.
Happy New Year, and welcome back to the first Jag TV episode of 2019. I'm Evan Cook.
And I'm Hannah Foster. There's already been so many changes to South, especially on the outside with the new construction, and there is still much more to come.
But this week, we have something a little different. Here's Chase with the inside scoop.
Construction of the freshman wing has progressed nicely since the beginning of the school year. Lots of dirt has been moved and concrete has been poured, and now there's a giant crane towering above the school.
What you're seeing going on behind us right now, even with some of the weather that we've had in October and November especially, we're still pretty close to being on schedule for that completion date of late summer and being ready for the start of school next year.
You may have noticed all the boxes in the PAC lobby. Over the break, the seats in the PAC were torn out and the new ones were delivered. The new seats are currently being installed.
One of those projects is the PAC. That project, the chairs should be in place and ready and done by this Friday actually. And then in addition to that, there'll be some other things that they'll come back in and do with the carpet and the walls and the ceiling as well later on down the road.
So it looks like, weather permitting, this building will be ready in August and it will welcome an additional 500 students. I'm Chase McGraw for Jag TV.
Thanks, Chase. I'm really going to miss the hundreds of boxes stacked everywhere in the halls.
And if you're in the halls, you might see our two new students of the month, Ashley Cole and Riley Gregson. Congratulations to you both. The PAC will have their brand new seats installed just in time for this year's musical. Reese gives us a look into all the work going on behind the scenes.
Beauty and the Beast is a Disney princess movie known to many Blue Springs South students as a childhood favorite. But to South's theater department, Beauty and the Beast is none other than this year's winter musical. The show features the best parts of the original movie, as well as new songs, dances, and the extra Broadway flair that live shows have to offer.
Beauty and the Beast is a love story, but it's also a lesson about seeing people for what's on the inside rather than on the outside. The music is great, and the set is obviously amazing, and we've got a bunch of talented actors in the show this year, and I think it's just a really good story, and a story that everybody knows or should get a refresher on.
Over the winter break, students involved in both cast and crew came in to complete the set, which is a wooden structure decorated with foam boards chiseled and painted to look like cobblestone, using natural shadows to play up the depth and realism of the set. Although the ensemble's costumes are either being pulled from South's costume closet or sewn from scratch, all of the show's principal characters' costumes are being rented from Theater by Design, a professional theatrical company in Texas that provides professional costumes, sets, and props to over 125 theaters and high schools each year.
We're renting costumes only because we want all the main characters to look phenomenal, and we have a lot of costumes that already look phenomenal that we have in our stock, and we're using a lot of those too. So we are making sure that everything, including costumes, are top-notch for this.
As director, Timothy Haynes brings new ideas and strategies to South. Although Beauty and the Beast is his first musical here, he comes with experience of directing at both Ruskin and Grandview High School.
Usually it's pretty relaxed. Mr. Haynes has a really nice way of doing rehearsal. He keeps everybody on task by making them run over their lines or do their dance numbers or songs and stuff. And yeah, it's a pretty open book, and Mr. Haynes is open to a lot of input from the actors, which is really nice.
Blue Springs South's Beauty and the Beast premieres this Valentine's Day, with shows on the following Thursday and Friday. I'm Reese Betts for Jag TV.
Thanks, Reese. Can't wait to see the musical on Valentine's Day.
This past weekend, our cheer team spent their Saturday volunteering and cheering for the BSSD Special Olympics at their basketball tournament.
The cheerleaders said they all had a blast and can't wait to cheer them on at another tournament. Coming up after the break, we have reminders, sports, and an exciting change with wind periods. Right after this.
Welcome to Big Frog. This is our store. These are our t-shirts. This is our printer. It's really fast. These are our professional graphic designers, our free professional graphic designers. At Big Frog, you can have the shirt you want, fun, fast, and priced right. We stock all kinds of apparel in tons of colors and styles, and we have a 24-hour turnaround. That means no more waiting forever for your order to arrive in the mail. We love what we do here at Big Frog, so bring your team, club, family, and friends to Big Frog in Independence, where fun is always celebrated.
Congratulations, my first customer.
The Egg White Grill, so you can bring on the day.
Welcome back to school, Jags. Hope y'all had a great break. Looking ahead to the second semester, we have some events coming up in the next couple weeks. On January 21st, we will not have school due to the annual celebration of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Do your parents ever ask you what you're learning about in school and you don't know what to tell them? Well, let them know about Curriculum Night coming up on January 30th from 6 to 9 p.m. And lastly, something that is a little ways away is the Mr. Jag competition, which is going to be held on Friday, March 8th. That's all for reminders. I'm Grant Wall.
Hey there, Jags. Welcome to City State Nation. Let's get started with the local news. This Saturday, remember to cheer on the KC Chiefs as they play off against the Indianapolis Colts in the second round of playoffs. And before that, on the 10th, the Blue Springs time capsule will be buried at City Hall. In state news, some lower-level inmates at Missouri State Prison are using their time behind bars learning agricultural skills, which many of them plan to use in their lives after their release. Talk about growing as a person. Meanwhile, deer poacher David Berry Jr., who, along with his family, has illegally killed hundreds of deer, was recently caught and sentenced to repeatedly watching the classic Disney film Bambi as punishment. And to think I felt bad for eating those reindeer treats back in December. And finally, in national news, the 116th Congress was sworn in on Thursday just last week, with a historical amount of women and people of color included among them. And that's it for this week's edition of City State Nation. Have a great week, Jags.
Thanks, Tristan. You might be excited to hear about a change in wind periods. We'll have extended wind period every week.
If you need help in a class, this is a great time to visit your teachers, ask questions, and get grades up. It's a new semester, which means a fresh start in the grade book, so use this time in the wind period wisely.
And speaking of wind time, here's Tristan with sports.
Thanks, guys. Over the break, our Jags have played well, and we have recognized some of our accomplishments from earlier in the year. Our Jag State softball team finally got to hang our state championship banner on the wall. Congrats once again on the state title. Hopefully we can hang another state championship up for our basketball team this year. Our guys team competed in the William Jewell tournament over break. We started off the tournament with a 68-35 blowout win over Hogan Prep. We then headed to the next round and played Liberty and got a 68-60 win to advance to the championship game. After falling to Park Hill South a couple of weeks ago and losing 86-58, we advanced to play to get our revenge with them in the championship. We played hard and competed and redeemed ourselves. The game was back and forth, but finally, after the second overtime, we were able to win 83-79. Caleb Israelite won tourney MVP, and Jalen McDaniel achieved first team all-tourney, and the team brought home the trophy. Girls varsity swimming and diving finished first place, and our Jags picked up another tournament win over the break. Congrats, girls. Our other girls winter team also competed in a tournament over break at the Jeff City Tourney. Our girls started off the tournament with a 58-28 loss to the tournament host, Jeff City. We then matched up with Poplar Buff and got a 44-28 win. The girls then played Blair Oaks and lost 57-51 and got 6th in the tournament. Good job over winter break to all our sports teams. This has been Tristan Harris, now back to Evan and Hannah.
Thanks, Tristan.
Coming up after the break, we have the latest in entertainment and a great man on the street.
I've been going to doctor's office for years. They're always very nice and very patient with me because I don't really like the dentist's office, so they're very patient with me.
I hate going to the dentist, but going to their office is always a fun time, especially Nancy, that fun receptionist. She always treats everyone very nice.
There are first days, long days, day after day after day, and days you've worked so hard for. So today, let's focus on turning your retirement dreams into reality. Because to solve the big challenges of tomorrow, take simple steps today. At Country Financial, when you're ready to start, we're ready to help.
Call your financial representative, Stephen Perch, at 816-795-6232.
I've been coming here at least 5 years or so, I'd say, and all my experiences have been good. So
I have a good friend. He and I get together at my house on Saturdays to work on our old cars, and that started about 2 years ago. And so, of course, the decision was, after we're done, where are we going to go eat? And he said, "Have you ever tried Culver's?" And I honestly said, "No, I never have. Always had my favorite places." And he says, "Well, this will be your favorite place."
Welcome back, Jags. A new year means new video games and new movies.
Here's Jack and Robert with the latest in entertainment.
Welcome back, Jags. A new year not only means making a bunch of New Year's resolutions you're probably going to forget about, it also means that there are going to be new video games for you to play. First, we have the Nintendo 3DS remake of the Nintendo DS game, Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. A mysterious enemy tricks Bowser into eating the Mario Brothers, and now the three of them must join forces to save the Mushroom Kingdom. Not only that, but there is also an additional game mode called Bowser Jr.'s Journey. Play as Bowser Jr. and lead your father's armies to try and defeat the game's antagonist on your own. Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story plus Bowser Jr.'s Journey will release in North America on January 11th. Up next is the long-anticipated Kingdom Hearts 3. Team up with Donald and Goofy and wield the mighty Keyblade as you travel to many Disney worlds such as Toy Story, Frozen, and Big Hero 6 to defeat the villainous Xehanort and save the worlds from darkness when Kingdom Hearts 3 comes out for PS4 and Xbox One on January 25th. Now, if you're not a big game fan, then don't worry, because up next is Robert with your movie update. I'm Jack Main for Jag TV.
Explain who I am.
Imagine a world with a man who withholds the power of super strength, and another man has 24 different personalities.
I have no question there are 24 identities.
I'm Mary Reynolds. Por favor, señora. We almost got you, bro.
This is the world of the Unbreakable film trilogy, created by M. Night Shyamalan. The final film in this saga, debuting next week, will center around both of those super people and how they are connected to a supervillain, known only as Mr. Glass, a person who has a disease that makes his bones incredibly fragile.
I've had 94 breaks in my life. But you have an extraordinary IQ.
If you enjoy films like the Dark Knight trilogy, then you'll love this realistic take on the currently popular superhero genre, releasing on Friday, January 18th. And that is all for this week's movie updates. I'm Robert Dell with Jag TV.
Last name.
Well, that's all for this episode of Jag TV.
To keep up with the latest updates around South, be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, and JagTVNews.com. I'm Hannah Foster.
And I'm Evan Cook. Have a great week.
us on Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat. Sign up today